So, my name is Carl, and today I will be playing the game and chat with it. Let's boot this up. So, I want to specify before we get into actual gameplay, I made everything we will be viewing today apart from the models. I did not make the models. I also didn't make any. I didn't make the models, and I also didn't make what's it was. I can't remember. Oh yeah, I also didn't make the elevators. But for the level we will be playing, I did design everything in that level. And I did also make the holograms. And I also made this background. Oh, and I also edited one model because it didn't have any materials on it, and I just needed to edit it so I could put materials into it and stuff. But that's about everything I did in terms of the game, which may not seem like a lot, but when we get into the game, it will be a lot. Oh, yeah, I'm also forgetting the big thing. I made the AI you will be chatting with it. Can you trust it? And I made this menu and all the settings in it. And that as well. Further ado, let's start a new game. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, here we go. And there we are. The thing is, for some reason, I don't know why, Unreal keeps randomly rotating the player when they start a new game. Or when they go to a new level. I don't know why, I think it's just some sort of artifact of something. There are a couple of bugs in this game because of Unreal nonsense that I can't fix. And I will show you those as well. But yeah, I made this select level screen as well. And it's infinitely long. Well, it's not technically infinitely long, but it's about as big as a galaxy, which is long. You could walk in any direction forever. That's not, though. I don't want to have to spend a mile going one place and then another mile going back and then waiting to get back. It's not worth the time. It'd be painful. So, yeah. And this is the level I made, by the way. And yeah, like I said, you keep getting randomly rotated. So, keep in mind, I basically made everything apart from the models and, well, the models materials. Apart from these doors, I did make the materials for these doors. I didn't make the textures though. But I did make the materials for them, so that I could, like, make them glow certain colours to represent things like lock doors, jammed doors. And the jammed doors are always near the areas that are coated with rust. So you probably know this is a jammed door. It will never open. Never. Not ever. And I also hid in a couple of Easter eggs in this game. Oh, and yeah, I made the holograms as well. In terms of content, I made that material. That's like the only proper material I made, and I made the holograms. And I also made the AI chat. In case I haven't made that obvious. But yeah. I also like this material a lot. It's so alien. It's covered in lines and lines and big glowy lines. From afar it just looks like some sort of magic crystal substance. Magic crystal. And I have also hidden Easter eggs in this game. Forgive me, I'm not the person to English, but you see over there, there's a rocket. And it looks, well, in my opinion, it looks like a plug of some kind. I'm not going to tell you what kind. But I didn't make the models. All the models were either made by Katie or Mass Effect. Well, they're just stuff that came with the wheel. benches are stuff that just comes with Unreal. It's just an Unreal bench. But to be fair, it does suit the area decently well. Oh, and I also made the fog. I mean, there is fog in Unreal, but I made my own fog so I could control it. And I'll show you what I meant by control it in a minute. But for now, let's start chatting. I also want to mention there is somewhat of a bug that occurs with one of the doors. I don't know why, but it's up ahead. It just loses its linkages to, well, Zagus. And then Zagus tries to open it, he doesn't know how to, and it just breaks. And I don't know why. My guess is there's just some sort of something. I can't put a name to it because everything works. The code works. It just breaks. So my guess is there's just some sort of interfering object from another system, from another person, and I don't know what it is, so I can't fix it. And even if I did, I'm not allowed to touch other people's work unless they're okay with it. Yeah. I mean, I used to think it was a bug with the save system, but I've looked over the save system's code. The save system's fine, so there's nothing wrong in there. I mean, there was one bug with it, but that resulted in the player's name being lost. It didn't result in any other information being lost, so I really don't know. I'll also be keeping interaction with Zagus to a minimum, so that, because there's like 172 topics you can speak to about it, and I don't want to give you any. Oh, I don't want you to know the things you can talk to about it. That's for you to discover, for you to explore. And this time it was really fast at giving me the hint. Last time it took like 5 minutes. So indecisive you are sometimes. But yeah, this is a hint. The transit authority would have removed all the tickets in here. So then we go outside, we look outside, and we look in the trash cans that are not back faced, meaning you can't see the behind them. Although, or should I say they're transparent on the inside. They're not in there. There's not any in this door. I don't know. Not by the block yet. Yeah, from here it does look like a block of a kind of block. This is the transit unit. And I've made it so the light shines extra brightly around it. And I also, this is better seen from behind, made it so that all the lights are practically in that area. I mean, there's one light over here because I wanted one sort of lit up, but even this is just the opposite of that area. So it's pretty easy to guess where the ticket's going to be. It's going to be somewhere over here. And from that, the astute people will realise there's a difference between the trash in here and the trash over there. And then there's a bright light on this one particular item in trash. Could it be the ticket? 3420. And also something which I haven't mentioned, which is pretty funny, you can walk through the doors. It's so that if you want to speed run through this game, you can and there's no obstacles. It also makes my life easier because, well, then I can go through the door without having to worry about being hit by the door. I can get through the game faster. I'm bad at English. Luckily, there's a spell checker. Ha ha ha. Also, something pretty funny you can do. Well, something pretty funny you can do if I was good at jumping is you can jump on top of this elevator. Uh, bugged out. Oh, and I didn't make this elevator. I did, however, I made everything attached to the elevator, and I've also made a system for attaching things to things. And something else. I also made it so you can't save on the elevators. Because the elevators were not made by me, they were made by another person called Chris, and they're just... Well, I wouldn't call it bad. Bad's not the right word. They do work, but I would call it shoddy. As in, could have been better, should have been better. Because it's not better, I can't get things to interact with it very well. This is better seen also in the later part of the game where you tell Zegas to go up and it goes down. Zegas does know a lot about things. Zegas does know that certain things are certain things. But the elevators, for some dumb reason, get up and down confused. There should have been a distinction for that. Not a distinction as in a merit or quite merit past distinction. Distinction as in there should have been a thing to say, oi, this is up, that is down. But there isn't, so he gets confused. But he tries. Zegas tries to deal with the nonsense of other people's nonsense. And I try as well by blocking you from saving on the elevator. Which is a shame because I wanted you to be able to save at any part in the game, but life is full of disappointments. Also, something a playtester found out, come on, you can actually get up here. You're not supposed to be able to, but you can, and then you can look down and see the big foggy abyss, which you're not supposed to be able to. So I am planning on like back facing this wall. Huzzah! Well, technically it is unlocking, but Zegas knows what you mean. He's very good. So yeah, and then we got shops over here. Now Zegas can give you some information, I believe, about these shops, but again, I'm not gonna give you spoilers. I'm pretty sure I heard him say something. Oh yeah, if you Zegas will give you hints, and if he thinks you're struggling, yeah, he'll give you hints. But you can go over the rail, which is really nice. Again, he's very good at being an AI. And this is also like you would think that you're not supposed to enter the shop, considering one of the doors is locked, but you can. It's a secret area. And there are also two big giant crayons here. That's what these are, two big giant crayons. But there is also a secret in the secret area. One of the playtesters discovered that this wall has no collision, and this wall also doesn't. So I made a secret area that's just no collision, and I'm going to put some text here that says, "Congratulations, you got out of the game." Stupid person, why did you have to do that? It's just like it will say that last part at the bottom, and it will say, "Congratulations, you got out of the game." Stupid person, why you had to do that? I think it'd be funny. I think that'd be very funny. But yeah, you also can't do it for this part. But yeah. So as I was saying, Zega says you can get over the rail, and it will lag a bit in this part because there's loads of trees and I'm using OBS. So I apologize if we go under 60 frames per second. Although I'm pretty sure OBS is only recording at 30 frames per second anyways, because default settings and all that. That is a pain in the ass to change every time. Oh yeah, something I've also haven't mentioned is all the holograms. Well, not all of them, but most of them are animated in some way, shape, or form. This one has a weird animation though. It's because it's very big. It's a lot of hologram, so it has to be broken up, and the breakup just doesn't work well. But I don't really mind. It's not vitally important, and honestly, I kind of like it. Now, something I want to mention. I haven't done it yet. I'm planning on doing it. I'm planning on putting secrets in the game, like this. These little toilets, which you can like click E on, and then you like get you found a secret something kind of thing. I haven't done it yet though, but it's in the works. It'll be done probably soon after this video. So yeah. Oh, and something else. One of the people who playtested the game so far, there's only two who playtested so far, was sad that you couldn't do certain things, like you couldn't explore to certain limits, like there wasn't also anything to find like the toilet. So I'm adding the toilet, but it also made it so that you can like skip entire parts of the game. Just like there are invisible barriers here, but I've added gaps in them. So if you wanted to be malicious, you could skip entire parts. But it does screw up the audio triggers. So don't go slow about it. If you're fast about it, you won't realise it screws up the audio triggers. There should be an audio trigger here. Has it been deleted by someone? Let me just go all the way back so I know I stepped out of it. Yeah, I think someone's deleted it. Swines. Sorry for saying that. But there would be an audio trigger here, and it would cause the audio to play, and then when it's playing you can go from there to here, and it should continue the sound. This sound. As long as you're not slow about it, if you slow it, you start following and then fade back and stuff. But someone's deleted the audio trigger that's supposed to be here. Actually, let me just double check real quick. We can do that, we have time. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Uh, gee. It's not going to show it, it's been a douche. Possess or judge there. Well, we can check it later after the video. Anyhow, in this part of the game, first off, admire the pretty lights above. They're pretty. Also, admire the trees, which is also another thing. I had to change the trees' materials. Not, I didn't change the materials. I just had to change properties in them, so darker. They're more darker green now. It's because the purple lighting just screwed up the trees and made them look weird. Despite the purple lighting actually it goes to white after a certain point. It fades from purple to white in a very natural way. So this should have been natural looking trees, but it's because it's got subsurface scattering and it's using like the light points, so the thing emitting the actual light, which is purple, and yeah, so I had to change those to like not do that. This is also an elevator. And for some reason this light just it's not supposed to affect the refraction of the material, but it does. Don't know why. It's a bit of a pain though. And yeah, with that, we're gonna actually continue playing the game. Let the cat look down that door. Yeah, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go through all these rooms. You find out this room has a door behind it. Yeah, I mean, you could go over the rails. No one would know. But you find out in this one room, it says, I left the cat with Dan next door. So see if you can find out information about Dan. And you could do that with Segas. They do food at UCAS. I misheard that. Okay. This is what happens when you have headphones on. Hello, Segas. Hello, user. Did you know it's my birthday tomorrow? I did not. Well, it's the reason why May the 22nd is my mouse night day. So, 22nd of May. This is my birthday, by the way. So you know that's made by me, because it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. I'm gonna spend some money. Yeah, we're getting a couple of lag spikes. This is the second lag spike. The first lag spike happened in another video. This is why you shouldn't run OBS and Unreal at the same time. Oh, and I also made this like black fog material. I forgot to show you that actually. But the fog is controlled, and I made this area like black fogged because, well, it had originally something which I called the light block in front of it. It should block light, but for some reason I think it may have been the models, these models for the doors. I mean, not for the doors, these models which have blue tiles on. I think for some reason those models just caused it to screw up and stuff. Don't know why. So I had to add black fog in this area. But yeah, the fog's entirely controllable, which is very nice. And this one light is broken, and that's for a very good reason. It makes it easier to see this hologram. So the more you know, in case you wondered why that was broken. Also, we got a bit of light bleeding in from there outside. I haven't finished building the lighting yet, as you can clearly see here. So it is going to have a bit of light bleed. Anyhow, notice from management due to Vegas was needed to be removed. You can use that. You can use your hands to open the door. So let's just use our hands. I made it so this door is the only door you have to open manually. Because I originally wanted Chris to make interactive systems. He did not. And the worst part about this is I was planning on having like a badge scanning puzzle where you would have to like try and get the right badge and scan it, and then you can open the door to an office. This probably would have been where that puzzle would if it wasn't turned into this apartment, because it looks like the kind of place an office would be. But he never got around to making it so you can pick up objects, which means I can have pick up badges to pick up, which you can then put into a scanner for Segas to scan to see if it's the right credentials to open the door. Which sucks. It sucks very much. It sucks a lot. I would have loved for that, but I can't have it. So I made this one interactive door instead. But this is what the lights bleed. Never forget about the Amen. You're not normally able to see how black this area is. I guess the light's bleeding from it. Looks like that. easier to fix later when I build the lighting. But yeah. Anyhow, let me show you how exactly the bugs work. Yeah, that one. So, I'm gonna go away. You can see it now. And you can see how it's just like how I can like control it. I mean, it just ends suddenly. This is the fog being controlled because I made the fog. I made this fog. Made this fog. Okay. I should stop. I should really stop. Now, where's my sound? I don't put my sound. Oh, here I am. I look pathetic. Wait, is that not? Ah! Ah! Ah, that's a wall. It's coming through. Let me just check. Yeah, that's that wall. Okay, I need to remove that. It's not important anymore. Just noting that to myself later. But yeah, the fog is controlled. I have control of fog. I have the power. You do not have the power. Oh, and something else is Ifkio. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's basically one of the most condensed languages in the world. It has this special like way of writing words. Hey, you see that? That's Ifkio. It's better seen actually. It's better seen. Well, actually, let's just walk over there. There's also that area. Lightnings. Oh, I need to keep that notice off. But it's better seen here. And this text just translates to absolute gibberish. Because Ethereal is one of the most complicated languages in the world, and I am not going to try and understand it. Really, it's honestly not worth it. Don't try to understand Ethereal. It's it's not worth your time, no matter how fun you think it'd be. Yeah. Let me through. Let me through. Oh, nope. That's a really big black outline. Really solid. Just thought of another man there. I'm gay. So hella gay. Oh yeah, I remember this puzzle. Basically, you have to try and get Zegas to remember who you are. Because of... I took out the sensors for it to know who you are, so you have to... Well, not remember it, but tell it who you are. To do that, there are many different ways. You can, if you wanted to, I'm not sure how well this will work, but you could use, for example, the same word often in relation to Zegas. So you could just say, for example, Bob at the end of every sentence, and then when you get to Zegas on this puzzle and you just say, open the door, Bob, it will just know who you are from that, and then it will open the door for you. It's amazing. It really is, well, amazing. But you do have to do quite a bit of interaction with Zegas in order for that kind of occurrence to happen. And you do have to have like some common thing that you use, some common word when you talk. But it's a cool way of solving this puzzle. You can solve it without realizing it if you talk to Zegas enough. And another way you could solve it is, I'm not sure, I can't say this will work for certain. It has not been tested, But another way you could solve it is you could tell Zegas, for example, what your childhood pet was. Give it like an answer to a security question or something like that. And then it can like it may, if it does work, it will keep that in mind and say, yep, got it, something along the lines of that. And then you could tell it what your favourite childhood pet is. And then it will remember who you are from that. It's a very cool puzzle. Put a lot of work into it. Or you could just do the very simple thing. And tell it your name. And it will believe you. I mean, it doesn't have a reason not to. It did see you go through the area which does connect this area. And it will have to be the name you give it at the start of the sound. Because it's expecting you to not have it. It's expecting you to know your name, to not make any spelling mistakes in it. I am not that person, however. This is also like a rich person thing. Because we're in the other city, the other city is for the rich. That's why there's trees up here and not down there. Poor people don't get to see the forest these days. In this futuristic dystopia. I also like this area. Because you can't see into that area really much. But it's there. It's some background to it. And there's also a bunch of lights. I also like that lights. B4297. This is the part where I was on a... I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but these elevators Chris made, they don't work very well. And Zegas is unable to differ up from down about half the time. So you could... Oh! I am back. If you're wondering why I'm not in the elevator, OBS, it crashed. This computer has filled up with memory. Not because of me, but because of other people and their ability to make models. And then it has to store copies of those models continuously. Every one undo is a copy, and it just fills up. I can't delete them. I'm going to teach you to delete them later. But because of that, OBS crashed, and so we're now, well, we're taking it from here. We'll be playing. So, blah blah blah. Because that is where the last save point is, 34290. I also went into a great bit of an expedition about this elevator. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not in the mood. But yeah, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed at other people filling up the computer, crashing OBS. On the plus side, though, I did manage to get video out of it, despite this. I did manage to get video out, which is really good. It's just, it's also a bit of a pain in the ass. You know, I mean, I've had to spend like so many minutes just sorting this out. It's just, I don't want to. I want you to work without me having to stop you from working. You know? I mean, without me having to fix you. I don't want to. I don't have to be the one to do this. This is someone else's job. Someone else should be deleting these files. Me. making sure these computers don't get filled up with junk. It's not my job. But hey, I can put in problem solving. I continue the video after the video. That's my dedication towards getting through this game. Even though I've already gotten to the end. So, anyhow, back on track. I also made this area. It's a nice area, I suppose. I'm sorry if